Morning. Today we are flying to a small country town called Biggenden, and before we land we're going to actually land on the runway there. We're going to have a look at some rock formations, and there's a cave in the side of a rock as well. We're hopefully going to get into there, depending on what the wind is like and everything like that. But today, in this video, we're going to have a look at weight and balance. I've just refueled the aircraft. We've put 47 litres in today, so we've got enough fuel to do the round trip. It's about a 3/4 hour flight there, plus some extra flying around in the area. And when we get to Biggenden, we'll have a look at the various issues and things involved with how do we weight, balance, and look at the weight and fuel situation with a microlight. So let's go. Hi, I'm Stuart. Because you are a valued channel subscriber, I would like to take this moment to personally thank you and appreciate your huge support. You are the reason these videos are possible. I really hope you will enjoy this and future videos to come. Let's now do what you came here for and get this one started. Alright, good to go? Yep. Yeah.
Right traffic, trike 6340 lines up rolls runway 17 for a left hand overhead departure for Biggenden. Right traffic. Right traffic, trike 6340 Z1 runway 17 left hand crosswind departure and overhead midfield departure to the west for Biggenden. Currently through 800 climbing to 1000 right traffic.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Currently approaching Mount Biggenden, which is 2,478 feet above sea level. We're at 3,000 feet, so we're 500 feet above the summit. And we'll just do a bit of a circle around here and then head on to the next location, which is our rock formation, or Mount Walsh at Mount Biggenden. Alright, we've got 14 knots behind us. We're doing 14 knots over the airspeed, so tailwind of 14. So we'll see how this interacts on the other side of the hill, because if it's behind us, that means we've got lift on this side, and then we've got sink on the other side with perhaps rotor, but we'll stay above the hilltop, so we should be clear of that. We'll probably get some lift on this side as we go round. Mount Biggenden. is that?
Yeah, it's cool.
Oh, yep, there's the turbulence. I think it's coming off there. I anticipated that might happen. So on the back of this hill we'll get a bit of rolly for a little while now. It won't go low because it will be a bit rough.
I appreciate that.
The odd bump, so it's not too bad. It's not like permanently rotary, horrible. Anyway, there's Mount Walsh in front of us. At about 1 o'clock, sticking out of the hill. Straight ahead. That's where I'm going to go. That's where it looks like there's a cave in the side of it. The panoramic camera turned off last time before I got there. Hardly see the clouds moving.
They are moving though.
Yeah, they're moving. We should have a tailwind. Yeah, we have. Okay, that makes sense. So we're getting rotor from behind us. It's not too bad though. The mine shaft's over there. We'll come back to that.
Okay.
Right, we're bailing. I don't like that cloud.
Okay.
Oh, we're so close. No, we're good. We'll go past. All right. I'm nearly there. We'll be through it in a minute, and I'll go right around the back of the hill so we won't get in the turbulence. I would go lower, but it's going to be bumpy, so and dangerous.
Yeah.
But that's the rock. That's just huge. That's the one I showed you on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's too much.
Huge.
Okay, we're out of here. Alright, so in front of us now we have the big deep mine shaft, just to the west of Biggenden. I've been here a couple of times, but every time I come here it seems cameras fail on me and I don't really get the shots. This time the panorama is running. I hope it's not too turbulent in here. I'm not going to go any lower than this by the feels of it. Had some rough air just now. So we've got a 10 knot headwind at the moment. So that means the air in front of us is lifting, clear, not rotary. So we're good to go down a bit. Oh, maybe not. It's hard to tell. We're not quite clear of the hills yet. Anyway, probably much to my wife's pleasure to hear that we'll be landing in a few minutes. Where's the mine shaft though? I don't see it there.
It's a mine.
Yeah, it's not what maybe I'm not quite over it.
There's a big hole over there.
Oh, it's hard to see. Yeah, that's it. Okay, yeah, it depends what angle. Right, so we'll do a slight right turn. Around 3,000 feet. And there's the hole. If you get the sun straight down it, it's really cool to see. It's so big and deep there. What's that? Yeah, okay, it's on this side of the hole.
Yeah.
And we're going to be clear air very shortly. There it is, look at that.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Big hole.
It's a very big hole.
There's water at the bottom.
Well, so I thought. It looks like there's water at the bottom.
Alright. So, we should be almost out of the rough here.
It's amazing.
Yep, so hopefully we got it on camera that time. I'm not going to fly around it again. This is about the fourth time I've tried to do that because of the rough air. It looks like a lenticular cloud forming over the top of the mountain we just went through. So we'll avoid this area now too, because that means really rough, turbulent, yucky, horrible. Well, if you're a pilot, you know what I'm talking about. Biggenden traffic, track 6340's joining. Left base, runway 22, full stop, Biggenden. That's it. Biggenden traffic, microlight 6340 is clear of all runways. Biggenden.
As promised, I'd talk to you when we finished flying around the rocks and the formations, and we arrived into Biggenden and we're here. Man, did you appreciate that? That was turbulent, some of that. If you look at the hill, this is where we flew over the back here. You can see the clouds building off the back of it to that side. So we were flying under those clouds at about 3,000 feet. Those clouds are about 4,500 feet. So we were in the rotor, and that's why it was bumpy. I wasn't going to go near the rocks. I was going to stay above it at all times, because below the rocks, obviously below the top of the hills and everything, it's obviously where the big rotor is, and you don't want to get caught into that. Anyway, we're going to have a look at weight and balance and fuel and everything like that. Well, just about with a microlight, it's easy. A trike microlight, or flex wing as it's known, it's set up basically so that anything you put on board is pretty much at the center of gravity, COG, so we don't really have to worry about where that is, the balance of the aircraft. We always have to fly with a passenger with a pilot in the front seat. The pilot must always sit in the front seat, and that's because the aircraft's set up so that the weight of the pilot counteracts the weight of the motor, and that's where the main balance is. And I think from memory, depends on the aircraft, 50, 60 kilos minimum weight for the pilot. Now the passenger sits right on the COG pretty much, so that doesn't really affect it, and normally the fuel load as well is directly below the COG, so again it's not really a factor. The only thing that is a factor is the maximum takeoff weight, MTOW, for one of these aircraft, and in Australia, as in many parts of the world, the rating for these aircraft is 450 kilos. So the weight of the aircraft is 230 kilos dry, so by the time we add fuel, passengers, luggage, pilot and everything like that, we've got to then be cautious that we don't exceed the 450 kilos. Now the specific weight of fuel from memory is about 0.7, something like that anyway. So we've got to take that into effect. So if we put 60 litres of fuel, which is 64 capacity on this aircraft, we're looking at about 45-50 kilos. I haven't done the maths, but let's say it's about that. And then you've got the weight of the aircraft, so maximum takeoff. One thing I didn't mention, how fantastic are these aircraft that they can carry their own weight in passenger, pilot, fuel and luggage capacity. So you can basically from 230 dry take it to double that. 450 is almost 460, so nearly double. Anyway, back to the equation. So we've got a pilot, me, which is 90 kilos. We've got a passenger that might be, say, 80 or 90 kilos. Let's just say 80, so that's 170 kilos. Add that to 230, and you're up to 400 kilos. Now we've got 50 kilos left of fuel, which is pretty much 64 litres of fuel, and maybe a little bit more room for 10 to 20 kilos of luggage. And that's all you have to worry about. Now, one of the interesting things we should take note of is there's been this mistake made before, and it might be convenient, and it has actually killed people, is that this area in the wing up here is not for storing tents, pillows, sleeping bags. It has been done before, or I have seen a video, have you? Cats? No, we don't keep cats there either. Snakes, anything like that. Nothing goes in there except what's in the wing already. It must be as it is. It must be kept sterile, as we would term it. Anyway, so no storage in here. The only storage on this aircraft really is what we have. Not much really. There's a bag in the front here. And there's a little bit of room here, but not normally recommended. There's a bag there, and we can get side bags. I can't remember what they're called now, but there are bags available for this aircraft to put on the side, so like saddlebags for a bike kind of thing. So there's enough room there, but normally if you're flying by yourself as a pilot, you potentially can put 100 kilos of luggage on the back seat instead of a passenger. So that means you can go places. Anyway, that just about wraps up this video. We're going to get a coffee now, and see you shortly.
crosswind landing. Maryborough traffic, microlight 6340 is joining Medfield crosswind runway 17 full stop Maryborough. Maryborough traffic, truck 6340, enters, lines up, rolls runway 12, Maryborough traffic.